Did you know that you're walking around with a money script in your subconscious mind? Some people call that a blueprint. I'm going to call it a script today. Did you know that your subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of your habits and behavior? That means that it's out of your conscious mind and it's on autopilot. And if you've ever driven a car somewhere and arrived and thought, I don't remember driving here, well, your subconscious got you there. If you've been trying to save money, not spend as much, you're not having any luck, it could be that your conscious mind is at odds with your subconscious mind. So today we're going to start to talk about, to help you uncover what's in your subconscious mind. And remember, the way I always tell everybody this is so true, is what you think and believe about anything, and in this case, money, is going to cause you to have a certain feeling. It's going to trigger a feeling, which then is going to drive your behavior so that you act a certain way in the world, and that'll give you the results you have today. Each of us has this blueprint or script in our subconscious mind, and that is also going to give us a money personality. There's 4 money personalities. Stick around and we'll get into what those are. About 6 months before John and I got married, we went to see his accountant so that we could prepare to file our taxes jointly. I'd been a single mom for 7 years, and my son was about 9 at this time. And I brought in my financial materials. I was a little bit nervous. The accountant's got his head down. He's going through my materials, and he looks up and he says, "Oh my God, John, you've got a saver." And I was so gratified. I was so proud because I had worked really hard during that time to do the right things with money. So each month I was so clear about what I valued in my life. So each month I would save $50 a month in a travel account so that I could take my son back to see my family on the East Coast at Christmas time. I didn't have extra money to do that, so I saved to do that. And then every time I got a raise, I was working at that hospital job at the time, being PR director. Every raise, automatically, I put in my 401k. So when I married John, I was a saver. Then when we got married and we had 2 incomes, and then I went into my first business, I became a spender. During that time, we still saved, we still did our tithing, but we also became spenders because we could. Now we're in a different phase of our life. John is retired, so I moved back to being a saver. So I think we can move in and out of these money personalities. How do we get these personalities? That script or blueprint that's in your subconscious mind about money was formed before you were 6 or 7 years old. Dr. Bruce Lipton, he's an author of many books, The Biology of Belief. He says the most influential perceptual programming of the subconscious mind happens from birth through age 6. And during that time, the child's brain is just recording all of it, all of the sensory experiences. It's also learning motor skills so that the child can walk and talk. The child is almost downloading. It's like an imprinting so that the child can learn how to function in the world. One of the things that's pretty important to notice is that primarily we got our money stories, our money scripts, from our parents, from our siblings, from institutions, from other relatives. We learned what's acceptable and unacceptable, so we're conditioned, basically. All of that is in our subconscious mind. And one of the things I want to say about this is I've had people say, but I don't want to blame my mother, I don't want to blame my father. And no one's to blame, because this is family money DNA. Unless someone along a generation breaks the chain of those beliefs in the family, they will continue to pass on. Whatever you believe, your beliefs about money unconsciously can block you from making or keeping money, not spending it. So let's talk about the 4 basic types of money personalities. There's the avoiders. Let's talk about that first. I see a lot of avoiders, especially among women who've taken my money programs. They are afraid to look at their bank statements. They're afraid to open their bills. They might even have MBAs. And I've had women, very smart, brilliant women, who really just are afraid to look at their finances. Some of these women also might believe they don't deserve to make enough money, or they then self-sabotage their financial life. The cure for the avoider is to start looking, because whatever you're resisting is going to persist and grow. So if you're afraid to look, you're going to be more anxious if you don't look. So go ahead and take a step in that direction, because you don't want to suffer with anxiety or fear about your financial future, because that's an imagined story in the future. Now, spenders. Okay, most people in this country probably fall into the category of spenders. And spenders are focused on buying material things, and they derive their status based on money. When the spenders make more money, what do you think they're going to do? Spend more money. And many of the spenders are often in debt. This group's self-worth is attached most likely to their net worth. So are you a spender? The other reason you could be a spender is how you grew up. If you grew up in a family that didn't have a lot, there was not enough, that could be triggering you wanting to spend. Okay, our next group, penny pinchers. That's the word I use. They're not willing to spend much money. They only buy things on sale. They save things just in case. There's this just in case thinking. So they probably have a lot of stuff in the garage or in their drawers just in case. And it's based on lack consciousness. There's not enough. That's what's driving their behavior. You know, most people don't like to talk about money, but penny pinchers really wouldn't. The thing about them is they probably don't have a lot of debt, okay? The next group is savers. Yes, this is the saving people. These are the people that are trying to live in balance with what is coming in. They might live within their means and still save. So in my story that I told you about, when I was a single mom, I really valued seeing my family. So I put my money where I had my values. And I didn't even have $50 a month, but I made it work, because once I started savings, it was just out of my mind. I didn't even think about it again, and I lived within my means while that thing was saving, so I would be able to go. If you can save even $10 a month, $25, whatever you can save, automate it. And if you don't have that much money, see if you can put a jar somewhere and start saving for something you value. And that might start your behavior. Take tiny steps. To sum it up, our beliefs are based on your interpretation of your experiences. And nothing has meaning until you give it meaning. And the most important thing you can do is learn to watch your mode of operation, your behavior, because you'll begin to notice, what is triggering me? Am I feeling like I need to be rewarded? I had a bad day, or am I having a good day and I need to reward myself and spend money that I really don't have? So begin to notice what your mode of operation is. The other thing is, if you're in a partnership, talk to your partner, see what they are. Or maybe you might notice, because are you two at odds with your personalities? That might be another interesting thing. Start paying attention and let me know what your money personality is. I'd love to hear it. You can put it in the comments below. And if you like this video, share it with your friends. That's the best form of love. And if you want more tips and trainings each week, sign up at SheroldBarr.com, because each week I've got another tip and useful training for you. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.